Hi there, I'm Stacy Walls.
And I'm Allison Walls.
Hi, I'm Juliana Huddle, and I'm the Executive Director at CASA Nashville.
Allison and I are coming up on our 21-year anniversary together, and almost 4 years ago we started this journey with our 3 kiddos who were recently finalized on adoption.
I personally have always found adoption to be something that I consider, even at a young age. I remember talking to my mom and saying, it just makes so much sense to me that there are these kids out here that need homes, and there are people that don't really feel like they need to go through the biological process of having children, or maybe aren't able to have children on their own. And so that was, for me, what started it.
We decided to try to become moms.
Allison and Stacy are amazing human beings. They're there to help the kids. They want to open their home and provide love and care, and that's exactly what they did for this sibling group, for these 3 kids. Of course, they had their fears and hesitations, but once they met the kids, it was all she wrote.
So the oldest, Katie, came into the system, came into our home at about 3.5 years old. Her sister, Aubrey, was about 18 months old when she came into our home, and the baby we met in the NICU at 5 weeks old, and so we brought him home at that point.
Call, and they said that they had a 5-week-old male in the NICU, and wanted to see if we would be able to take the placement, and we said sure. So we left lunch and promptly went and spent about $400 on everything you need for a newborn. We called the DCS back, and they said, yes, of course you can go meet him. And we went straight there and bonded with him until they kicked us out at about 9 o'clock that night. And just held Beckett, our son, who just turned 4 years old yesterday. He was premature, born between 30 and 32 weeks. They were not sure of his exact gestational age. As he was hospitalized 5 times in the first year of life due to numerous breathing problems and upper respiratory problems.
Every situation is different. The children are different. This particular case, there were 2 older children, Aubrey and Katie. Very first time I saw them, I knew that there were certain significant needs. Just from the placement that they were in, it was gut-wrenching to see the place that these 2 little girls were in. So much so that I initially had a conversation with a DCS worker from the house that we needed to do something with these 2 children. It was tragic.
Because trauma looks different for every child, and it's something that doesn't get fixed overnight.
I knew that Aubrey, from the very first time I saw her, she could not be put down, and she was a baby at that point. I mean, she was 10 months old, but she could not be laid in the bed. She couldn't walk, crawl, anything. There were so many needs on that level alone.
We thought we couldn't handle her needs. We didn't have the expertise to deal with the level of trauma that she was exposed to and the problems that she was exhibiting behaviorally. And we basically stormed the DCS office with CASA in tow and in our corner, and said, this is not enough. We're not leaving this office until you guys get us the help we need. And they had us in touch with a renowned expert in childhood trauma within a week.
Megan was the one constant, regardless of if the caseworker changed or the guardian ad litem or any of the other workers. Megan was that one person. CASA is so vital and important because we give each child a voice. They're not just a number in the system. They're not just another face in a foster care home. They have a name. They have specific wants and needs, and they have feelings. Our mission here is to continue to meet that need, and we don't want to stop until every child has a CASA volunteer.
We're not perfect, but you continue to raise your hand and say, we have to do better and work together.
The adoption happened, everything was finalized, a lot of happy tears.
They're healthy, they are emotionally secure and safe, and we're just looking forward to letting them be typical kids now.